If a man leaves you, I want you to know better is going to come. It may not feel like it right now. The hurt, the disappointment, the shock of it all those things may make you feel like you won't get past this, but you will. You will overcome it. You will reach a better place and you will receive better in your life. And when you embrace that and understand that, it will help you to avoid making the various mistakes so many women have made when they have been faced with a situation of a man leaving them. So I'm going to break some things down for you. Like number one, if a man leaves you, do not go after the other woman. Now, of course, every situation does not involve another woman. And I don't think it's right or healthy to jump to that conclusion. But some situations, it's clear as day, this is what's going on. He left you for someone else. And there can be an inclination for some to want to go after the other woman. Now, listen, quick story. There was one time a client reached out to me and she was in a relationship with this man. All right. And there was the relationship was rocky. Let's just call it what it is. And the reality is that in most of these situations, it wasn't like everything was amazing and then this horrible thing happened. It was always red flags here and there. But she thought she could make it work, move forward, so they continue to have the relationship. And then she started to get word that this man was possibly cheating on her. She was hearing rumors from other people. He was acting funny, all right? He was very private with his phone. A lot of things made her question it. So one day, she ends up playing private detective like a lot of women do, okay, or are capable of doing. And she kind of tracked him right to being at some other woman's house. Well, of course, she went ballistic. She lost her cool. She ended up knocking on the door. All right, she was bold with it. Knocking on the door. Woman answers, and she starts attacking the other woman. And in addition to attacking the woman, she tries to like destroy his car or cause damage to his car. They end up calling the police. Police come through. She gets charged. And when she was talking to me, she was awaiting trial for this situation. And so it's such a huge mistake to go after the other woman because now you set up the possibility of you having to deal with worse because of this situation. So now here's a woman facing potential jail time because she went after the woman. But here's the thing, because some of you might say, yeah, damn right, don't go after the woman, go after the man instead. and to some extent, yeah, but no. Let's take a step back, because any poor reaction can lead you to more trouble than you should be putting yourself into and that you deserve to have to go through. But so it's important first, let me get back to this other woman scenario. Whether you want to hear this or not, that other woman owes you nothing. All right. Now, I know there are some situations where you feel like, well, she may have been someone who knew of the relationship. Sometimes it's even someone who's a friend or a family member. And I do understand there are levels of respect that you expect from certain people who may be close to you, right? And so those are a little bit different. But in general, you have to understand that the woman did not make the commitment to you. The woman was not in a relationship with you. The woman owes you nothing. Yes, it would be best and it would be great if everyone respected each other's relationships and didn't cross lines. But the only person who has to be held to that standard is the man who agreed to be in a committed relationship with you. And so going after the woman in any attacking way, it is just a pointless effort that leads to nothing good. Not to mention that you have to understand in regards to where you feel like, well, this woman was aware of this relationship, so she deserves my wrath because she crossed that line. But I think you have to realize that there are a lot of situations where the man has created a narrative in that woman's head that makes you the villain. All right? And therefore allows her to believe that she is validated or that it's okay for her to be doing what she's doing. I'm not saying that's an accurate way of her looking at things. I'm not saying she is validated, but what I'm saying is When he paints that picture of you being the horrible person that he's being tortured by in this relationship, she now has sympathy for him, and she now becomes much more willing. Versus if he's saying to her, oh my gosh, my girl is amazing, she's a great woman, she's a good woman, I would argue that a lot of women, maybe not all, but most of them would feel more guilty about crossing that line. All right? So she is not thinking she's doing you wrong. She's not even trying to do this to hurt you. She is, again, looking out for her own desires and may have rationalized where she's helping this man out because this man in her mind deserves better than what he has subjected himself with to you or dealing with you based on what he's telling her. So ultimately, the point is you don't know what story she's been given. She doesn't owe you anything because she's not the one that made the commitment. Going after her is only going to create more problems. And it doesn't resolve the real issue, which is him and your relationship with him. So if a man leaves you, please, please, please leave the other woman out of it. If you want to have a conversation with her and you feel like you can keep that conversation at a mature place, I'm okay with that. But please understand, if you call another woman up about your man, it is possible she's going to get snappy with you. And if you know, all right, I'm sorry for laughing, but if you know that you're going to pop off, that you are going to react to any attitude on her end that can then escalate to worse things, then it's best you do not confront her at all. If you cannot keep your composure, if you know you're just waiting for her to say something wrong, say something funny, please, please, please stay away from that. Stay away from it. It's not worth it. Again, it doesn't give you the closure you're looking for. It doesn't give you all the answers you need. It doesn't resolve the hurt. None of it. Leave her out of it. Focus on the real issue. Hey, thank you for watching this video. Be sure to check this one out right here, and I'll see you there. Relationships are the key to a successful life. But there's 5 areas that we have to be mindful of when it comes to relationships. There's relationship with God, relationship with ourselves, relationship with family and friends,